You are near KAMADHENU in the KAMADHENU system.
What's wrong with this thing?
Judder's Bane has entered Super Cruise. Judder's Bane has left Super Cruise near Landing track 36 is at 3 o'clock near, as you enter with the green lights on your right. Comma 13th, Judder's Bane refuel. Comma 13th, Judder's Bane rearmed. Community goal accepted. Community goal accepted. Parking, 13th, Judder's Bane and transferring to 13th, Orgy's prize. Reminder, you need to assign a crew member to active duty.
maximum cargo.
Welcome back. You are docked at the orbital station market in the KAMADHENU system.
Back. Tool back. It's barely worth it. We'll do it anyway, just to see. The weight consistent.
You have just purchased 792 tons of tobacco at 4,535 credits per ton. Total cost is 3,591,720 credits.
Tobacco pills, eh?
Disengaged from local networks.
Detachment sequence complete. You may proceed when ready.
Alright.
Entry obtained. 13. Ortiz prizes in transit to the Pizza Arca system. Information. Arrival star is not scooped. This is your first visit to this system. Pizza Arca is an empire patronage of just over 5 million souls. Controlled by Arislavini Devout Chapter House of Inquisition is the immediate faction. There is a lone orbital station in this system. Alright, animal meat, leather, mineral oil. Nah. These are all terrible. How much we got left?
rank up. I wonder if I add an active crew right now. What? Crew seats.
Super Cruise near KAMADHENU.
Tamaya, Oscar Romeo Golf. You are now within Imperial jurisdiction. Please maintain decorum when conducting business at this facility. Access permitted. Set down on landing pad 32.
Landing pad 32 is at 2 o'clock near, as you enter with the green lights on your right.
A little of the wacky tobacco. Actually, it's the regular tobacco. That's the funny part.
Docking complete.
Docking procedure complete. Align to it ready. Enjoy your
Comet 13th, Orgy's prize refuel. Comet 13th, Orgy's prize repaired. You have just sold 792 tons of tobacco at 4,841 credits per ton for a total of 3,834,072 credits with a profit of 242,352 credits. You have just purchased 792 tons of beryllium at 7,947 credits per ton. Total cost is 6,294,024 credits. Full control re-established.
Ship released. You are clear for departure.
progress. 13th, Ortiz prizes traveling to the KAMADHENU system. You have visited this system 7 times. KAMADHENU is an empire patronage supporting nearly 5 billion people. Aligned to a Briselavini Devout chapter House of Inquisition is the immediate faction. There are 2 orbital stations in this system.
Bing bong. Beep. Boop, beep. Beep, boop. Beep. Sorry.
Has left super crews in the vicinity of shopping markets.
This station is under Imperial property. Kindly observe traffic regulations when approaching the facility. Docking request approved. Plot route for approach to landing pad 10.
Landing pad N is at 8 o'clock farm, as you enter with the green lights on your right. Ortiz prize refuel. Comet 13th, Ortiz prize repaired. You have just sold 792 tons of beryllium at 10,775 credits per ton for a total of 8,533,800 credits with a profit of 2,239,776 credits. from local networks.
Ship released. Please exit the station safely and promptly.
Destination confirmed. 13th. Orgy's prize is in transit to the Syria system. This is your third visit to this system. Syria is an empire corporate supporting over 545,000 souls, aligned to Iriselavini Devasseria Empire Assembly as the local faction. There are 4 orbital stations and 2 planetary stations in this system. Current location is 106 light years from home. Information: Syria is undergoing a boom. There might be some good trading profits to be made here.
Georgie. Oh.
Left Super Cruise close to Obi Dock.
Maya, Oscar, Romeo Golf. You are now within Imperial jurisdiction. Please maintain decorum when conducting business at this facility. Permission granted. Land on designated pad number 39.
Landing pad 39 is at 4 o'clock near, as you enter with the green lights on your right.
Guess I better have some water.
Current approach vector is good, Commander.
Docking complete.
Landing complete. Systems offline.
Comet 13th. Orgy's prize refueled. Comet 13th. Orgy's prize repaired.
enough. That there. Brrrr.
You have just purchased 728 tons of beryllium at 7,501 credits per ton. Total cost is 5,460,728 credits. Docking clamps free.
Detachment sequence complete. You may proceed when ready. You are now clear of the
There we go. Now it's working.
Have a splendid
Yeah, I don't know what's works and doesn't work.
Yeah, I know. I did that thing though, and so far mine's been okay.
Yeah, I think mine was just idle for way too long.
Discord's not fully functional either, and neither is Elite, so yeah, it's easily possible that they're fucking with each other, you know, using the same port requirements and sound ports or whatever. I mean, Elite's always been bad with sound. Remember when we used to get the sound bug all the time?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That had to do with like using too many sound channels at the same time. And then if Discord needs to use sound channels too, imagine those conflicts, right?
Oh, yeah.
System. You are no longer in space. This is your first visit to this system. There is no
Also, if you're using voice attack like I am, that's even more voice channels.
Yeah, that's actually a good point.
I'm pretty sure that's what's fucking it all up, because I know, like, obviously the two were tested together, but maybe not the three, and that's the thing, like, I run like 40 different apps at the same time while I'm streaming, right, for all my shit, so you can imagine there's conflicts between several of them that have never been tested.
Telemetry obtained. 13th. Orgy's prize is heading to the KAMADHENU system. You have visited this system 8 times. KAMADHENU is an empire patronage with a population of nearly
So I'm doing
5
trading.
billion
The CG didn't get moved. They extended it for another week.
Really? It was already at turn 8.
Yeah, no, it finished, and then they just like rebooted it, and it's going again for another week. Same exact objectives, slightly different trade goal, same bounty hunting goal.
Sounds like they're too busy working on the beta to.
Well, that could be like a trend where we're gonna get 2-week CGs now, maybe, because this one's for Colonia, so like this could be a month CG.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's good.
Or maybe they'll move it and then it'll be in that next spot for 2 weeks. I don't mind though. I like that my ships are already all at the CG and I'm ready to go.
Yeah. Yeah.
Meow meow.
That's weird.
What?
My headset won't work when the speakers are plugged in instead of the headphones. Strange.
Yeah, that could be.
They
Like on
used to
mine,
be.
I've got to actually turn off my other sound drivers.
But they used to work when I had the speakers in and then just use the mic, like put the headset around my neck or whatever.
Huh.
Yeah.
They
I
decided
used
it
to
doesn't
do
want
that.
to do that anymore.
That's
Because,
weird.
you know, sometimes after quite long hours of playing, my ears will still get a little bit sore.
Oh yeah, I've got these big cushioned headphones so I can play 12 hours straight. It's the way to go.
I was just playing a little bit of Guild Wars with one of the UK streamers.
Ah yes. Guild Wars.
He just came over from World of Warcraft to play Guild Wars, so it was like completely fresh.
That's what I did. I did that, and then I was like, it's okay, but like I didn't get hooked like some of my buddies did. Whereas World of Warcraft
I
totally
think he
hooked me.
liked it. Like he liked it graphically. He definitely liked it graphically.
Oh
There
yeah.
are some little details in it that you don't get in WoW.
Oh totally. No, it's like miles above WoW graphically, but that's not the point of WoW.
Monetarily. Apparently the PvP in WoW just isn't what it used to be.
Yeah, I haven't played for a while. When I played during Pandas, it definitely wasn't near what it was in early vanilla and stuff. Vanilla really had it down.
Yeah,
but
a lot
they
of people
fucked it
said
up.
the vanilla is good.
Well, the fact that there's like pirated vanilla servers that still run, yeah, I'd say so.
But I've never played World of Warcraft, so I have no idea.
Well, they had this earth-shattering event called Cataclysm that basically rewrote all the maps, and a lot of people did not
said
like that.
Yeah, because apparently like games used to last like 3 hours or something, or 30 hours, and then now they're like 5 minutes.
Oh yeah, yeah. What was it? The stupid Snow Valley. What the hell was it called? Frostwolf Valley or something, I think it was called. You would play like, because the matches were only supposed to last maybe an hour. They weren't timed though, and you could summon all these extra beasts to fight for you and like kind of get all the bosses to fight each other, and that would just take hours. It was pretty funny. It would just basically be fought to a constant standstill, and people would be getting in and out, like, you know, waves of new people would come in after 5 hours to replace all the people who were tired of playing for the last 5 hours, right? It's funny. But yeah, you'd get like 20-hour matches where it's like the match is going on all day with no resolution.
Sounds like World War One of World of Warcraft.
Yeah, but it was a constant PvP war that you could basically join. Like, they shouldn't have tried to disable that. That was their downfall. They should have encouraged it and added more mechanics to support it. Because it was hella fun, and you could farm honor like nothing else.
PvP wise, I can't really fault Guild Wars except for the Condi stuff that people fucking hate, which is just sort of unbalanced it slightly.
Well,
But
the
even then, the
world stuff was
rebalancing is quite
interesting.
well. Yeah, World v World, yeah. I mean, that's what
Yeah.
I mean, like PvP.
I like that, but I just didn't find the mage very good compared to the mage in World of Warcraft. That's the thing. At least when I played it, Guild
Do you like
Wars,
the Mesmer, or do you mean the Elementalist?
Elementalist.
Oh, okay.
That's
Mesmer's
the
fun.
closest thing.
Yeah, so much fun to play right now.
Yeah, I just didn't find you had similar abilities. There wasn't like the same stuff you could do. It wasn't as fun to be a
Or
mage
if
in
you're
Guild
raised
Wars.
on WoW, and then you come over to that, and you're like, what the fuck is this?
No, one second. Well, because I played Dungeons and Dragons and stuff, and basically the same thing you can do in D&D is what the mage can do in World of Warcraft.
I think World of Warcraft took its inspiration from D&D, whereas Guild Wars took its inspiration from World of Warcraft and turned it into something else.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I still really enjoy Guild Wars. It's just that I'm at a really slumpy stage where I've crafted a legendary, spent every fucking penny I had, and spent months crafting it. And now I have to rebuild all those resources back up again. I just don't have the motivation for it.
What about Borderlands 2? You got that one?
I don't think I mean, if it was free, I might give it a try, but I'm not really super into games that I have to pay for.
Oh yeah.
I don't mind trying.
It's an older one, but yeah, no, it's not free. There's all this DLC for it and shit. I have the whole
See, that's the
thing.
thing. Like, the Guild Wars, the base game was free to play, so I could get into it. I started to play with friends and stuff, and it got interesting. And then I thought, wow, this is going well, and then paid for the actual expansions and stuff. Because it gives you
Yep.
that inroad. I think it was easy to get into.
That's the same as Star Trek Online.
I mean, I'd love to try Final Fantasy 14, but I'm not gonna commit to £8 a month, which isn't even a lot of money, but.
Are you in Elite right now?
No, I'm just gonna have a quick pee and a cigarette, and then I'll probably jump on.
Yeah, I'm just trading. I went into solo. All our enemies are at the CG right now, so watch out for Harry Potter.
That one. We'll see if I do some siege stuff. I really like I said, like my ships aren't on the same level as you guys, not as you guys in 13th, or the same level as those guys in Nomads and GCI or whoever.
Well, your cutter's getting there, and that's the thing.
Yeah,
I can
I'm
heal
not
you.
that far off, but that disadvantage, you know, it means that I'm focused very quickly. I die very quickly. I end up getting frustrated.
You just got to get out fast. Just make sure when you're out like a one full ring, that's the time to leave in the cutter, and then you just leave.
In the cutter,
yeah.
The cutter, I don't have an issue actually, even when my shields went down.
I've noticed that. Yeah, you're doing fine in the cutter. I would just keep using it, keep upgrading it. You'll do fine.
It's a similar build to yours. It's not far off your build, and I don't really want to. Yeah, that's your domain, and I've got my. I mean, I really like the Vulture, but it obviously in a wing fight, it's just not viable.
No, in
it's
1v1.
Okay. But if you do get full on focus, then you'll take a lot of damage very quickly.
Yeah, I mean, if you're looking to try something else, maybe a hull tank, not on the cutter, obviously, but like.
Well, that's why I built the FAS. I wanted to learn how to do that, because I'm not proficient at it. Taking that into wing battles with experienced pilots is just, you know, is suicide. I mean, it's okay. I mean, now that because I first tried it out and I hadn't got the armored power plant and everything, I just literally got blasted straight away.
Yeah, you have to have all the upgrades done. Now that I've got the
armored power plant and all that kind of stuff, then you know, it's a lot better. But it's running 3 PAs, and I'm not sure that's the right build for it.
Well, it's not bad. I mean, the 3 PAs on the bottom
what I should do is build cannons, stick the cannons on my FDL, and swap the multi-cannons from my FDL onto the FAS.
I tried multis on the FAS, but they kind of suck.
I mean, damage-wise, they were fine. They are hot, but they're not as hot as, say, for example, 3 PAs.
No. Oh, were you having heat issues?
A little bit, which, you know, for a ship that runs silent half the time, it's not great.
There might be some good trading profits to be made here.
Yeah, because you gotta run such high power.
It lights you up like a Christmas tree every time you fire. Like, here I am!
Well, I mean, silent doesn't really work right now anyway. It's not very good. They're mostly doing their builds for just hull tanking, right? Although
I really think I should just make the FDL more viable. I think I should switch out for fixed weapons, because a lot of them are running chaff, a lot of chaff. And I think without that, if they weren't running chaff, or if I had fixed weapons, I'd be able to do a significant amount more damage.
Are you any good with fixed?
Well, that's the thing, because I use an Xbox controller. Running fixed is a lot more difficult.
Yeah.
Rail guns are nigh on impossible for me, but multi cannons and stuff, yeah, I can maybe use them. Cannons, for example, though, cannons I'm fine.
Oh, okay.
I can hit with cannons significantly more easily. So
yeah,
I could definitely do a cannon build, which is what I'm thinking for the FDL. So I just need to upgrade the shields just a little bit more, just find that perfect balance, and then just stick a bunch of cannons on it. And I'm sure it'll do fine.
Who's using that build? I think it was it Anecdotal? He's got heat cannons on his, 2 heat cannons, and that works pretty well.
Well, I mean, I'd stick class 4 heat or something.
That's what I would do. That's what
the rest I
highway
do the high yield. I'd do like 3 high yield and 1 dispersal or whatever it is. But
you can do a 5 cannon build?
Why not? But
ammunition mostly.
Ammunition is bothered. I mean, wing fights don't last.
Well, I remember Rambo was doing a 7 cannon build, and he would run out of ammo first in the wing fights every time.
I mean, I've not had an issue. The issue I'm thinking of, though, is just getting those cannons to run at the same shot speed, so I don't end up with a whole bunch of reticules.
Well, the good news is, shot speed within 200 meters per second, they seem to line up pretty well. So if they're, all within a 200 range, that should be okay.
Because I've got quite a few cannons sitting on my cutter. The different sizes and stuff. I've got like 3 or 4 reticules to follow.
Yes,
so I can only really hit with 2 or 3 at the same time. Against smaller ships. The bigger ships is alright.
Mine line up perfectly. As long as they're all the same class, it usually works.
Yeah, that's my issue, I think.
Yeah, getting the 4s and the 2s to line up, but that shouldn't be too hard.
Yeah.
And you
if I get
can
the two
do 'em
deployed, I
separately.
could even leave the 4 as a PA. I mean,
That's
that's
true.
going to hit hard.
I would almost do it the other way. Keep the 4 for heat, and put some 2-class PAs on. That way you're not wasting so much power either.
I don't know, I mean, that 4, when it hits, is going to hit like a brick shithouse. And then having 4 class 2 cannons with 1 heat and 3 high yield is going to blast through hulls so fast.
Yeah, but heat is
and then,
almost
that
better on
class
the
4 is going to work on shields as well. That's the only thing. Like, if I put a couple of class 2 PAs to work through shields, it's going to take a while.
That's true. I don't know. I found the class 4 PA
cannons,
was hard
they'll
to hit
still
with.
work through hull very quickly, whilst the 4 can actually work through shields quickly, so... I don't know. That's what I'm thinking. I mean, I can always pull one of my PAs off the Corvette, because I hardly use it anymore. It's not...
You have just purchased
got a pretty good TLB on
728
that,
tons
which I
of
could
beryllium
use.
at 7,501 credits per ton.
I could probably even pull half my cannons off other ships, because I've got a whole bunch of them already made. I just work
Yeah.
on shields or something.
There you go.
But yeah, I did have thermal resistant shields, and I switched it to reinforced, but I haven't found the balance shield-wise on the FDL yet, so...
I finally got some cracked industrial firmware from all those ground bases.
Hey, what, on the list that you were doing?
Yeah, well, I'm using the ED Pathfinder, right? So it just finds you nearby ones.
Yeah, so you didn't switch to the old...
No, it finally started paying off. It's just I was really unlucky, I guess.
RNG.
Then I'll have my FDL back in battle condition soon.
Have I ever seen you fly an FDL? I don't think I've ever seen you fly an FDL.
It's not very often.
I've seen you fly your cutter and your clipper. Nice. I've seen you fly the courier.
Oh yeah, I'm always in those things.
You like your Gutamaya.
More Gutamaya ships, please. I'll buy them all. I have an Imperial Eagle too, but I barely use that thing.
It's too weak. It's good, it's a great ship, but it's too weak in a wing fight.
Yeah. Although so's the courier, but at least it has the shields.
And that's the thing. Shield tank. Right, bear with me, I'm gonna go for a wee, have a cigarette, and I'll be back in about 5 minutes.
Cool.
Telemetry obtained. 13th. Ortiz Prize is in transit to the KAMADHENU system. You have visited this system 9 times. KAMADHENU is an empire patronage supporting nearly 5 billion souls. Aligned to Iriselavini of Vashakta House of Inquisition is the local faction. There are 2 orbital stations in this system.
Dwarf Gobbler. Anaconda, huh? You will not catch me.
Warning. Interdiction attempt by pirate detected. Throttle down or evade.
Reload. Reload. Yeah, good.
Comet 13th, Morty's prize has left Super Cruise near Market.
Welcome to Imperial Sovereign Territory. Please approach at safe speed and comply with the station regulations. Access to the
Landing title is at 6 o'clock near, as you enter with the green lights on your right. Docking complete.
docking procedure complete. Systems offline. Enjoy the
Comet 13th, Morty's prize refuel. You have just sold 728 tons of beryllium at 10,775 credits per ton for a total of 7,844,200 credits with a profit of 2,383,472 credits. Engaged from local networks.
detachment sequence complete. Please exit the station safely and promptly. You are now leaving the control zone. Safe travels, Commander.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm trading.
I'm gonna help you, sunshine. Alright, I'm gonna jump on Elite then.
So much trading. Might as well, since I'm trying to get my trade rank up anyway.
Yeah. I need money.
It's okay money. It's not bad, but
Telemetry
it's
obtained.
more for the rank for me.
13th, Ortiz prize is en route.
Although you get money from the CG from it too, so it's like double money.
You have visited this system 4 times. Syria is an empire corporate with a population
Still
of over
never did do
545,000 people. Aligned with the research.
That is why you're broke.
Partners is the immediate
Well, that and the cutter.
There are 4 orbital stations
Yeah.
and 2
Well, I
planetary
didn't lose the
stations in
cutter,
this
did
system.
I?
No, and that's the thing. You have a cutter now. You can make massive amounts of money trading on
There
CGs.
might be some good trading profits
And the
to be
trade
made
CG just
here.
started today. It's already halfway finished.
Do I not want to jump in the Condor and do it because it's got the jump range?
Not really, because the cutter can do 720 tons with shields, and you can just find one that's within 20 light years. There's multiple that are within 1 jump. I think it's 2 jumps when I go back, but whatever. It takes me like seconds to do. There's a reason the Imperials always win on trade CGs.
I guess. Yeah.
At least till the Panther Clipper comes out, the cutter is the best trade ship in the game by far. Conda's number 2, and then you have your Type 9, barely in 3rd place.
Failed. Maths commission's failed.
Yeah, it took
I'm
too
about to
long.
fail another one. 27 ships, yeah, there's no way. Kill count 0. Oh, I must have picked them up and then gone to sleep last night.
It happens. Just go do a bunch of ground missions and you'll get your rank up instantly.
No,
On the
the
13th, Ortiz prize has left Super Cruise near a dock.
ones I was doing was for
We have been denied docking
one of
because
the
we are
ones that I
too
haven't
far
got the
from
rank
the
cut with yet.
Yeah.
I needed the rank with them so that I could get more ground missions.
Landing pad 40 is at 4 o'clock far. As you enter with the green lights on your right.
I've got baskets. Oh, that's why, because I thought I was going to stay in today and do more of this, and I didn't. I ended up going in and out.
Yeah. I'll just do it now. It's fine. There's not really anything happening to the CG as far as I can see.
2,000 meters from touchdown.
Yeah, poops. Dick Devines. Oh no.
Landing completed. Alight
Comet 13th, Ortiz prize refueled.
I need a new job, and I was just texting this guy, and he was like, "Oh yeah, there's cocktail staff needed at Dick Devines." I'm like, "That's an absolute shithole." It was open really late, so I'd be out super late at night making cocktails for some of the most irritating drunk people going. People get stabbed and run over there like all the time. Usually there was a guy driving around in his BMW running people over. Apparently run over like 5
tons of
people.
beryllium at 7,501 credits per ton. Total cost is 5,400,000.
Probably should not take that job.
728 credits.
Doesn't sound like it's worth the money.
Docking clamps free.
detachment complete. You are clear for departure.
Something a bit more normal. But yeah, my boss got his head bitten off for spending too much on wages, so everyone this week has had one of their days cut, which puts me down to only 24 hours this week, which is not enough.
Yeah, you were saying
She
that.
just got paid like a minute ago, and I've literally only got enough money to cover my rent.
Speed restrictions
Well, there's a bar just round the corner from here. Just kind of like a titty bar. They have like a chick walking around showing her tits and fanny to people.
Orgies prizes traveling to the IC zone.
Ah, yes. I used to live above one of those.
System.
I didn't realise that I know the guy who runs it, because he
This
comes
is
to
your
the
third
market
visit to
occasionally.
this system. Humans have yet to colonize this system.
Now we're talking. They probably pay way better.
Well, based on the chick that I saw there the other night, yeah, they probably would.
And not only that, they have like bouncer security staff, right? So like, you won't be getting stabbed right outside. It'll be like down the street. So at least some better safety, right?
Yeah. Actually, somebody got stabbed less than 100 meters from there just a couple of weeks ago.
I was gonna say, I remember like, yeah, no one ever got stabbed outside the bar, but there was like a back alley just like right adjacent to it where everyone was always getting like stabbed and shot. It's pretty bad. You just don't go that way and then you're fine.
Have to go home.
Yeah, you take the long way then, go around.
13.
That's not a better way.
Traveling to the coordinate system.
Yeah, exactly.
You have visited this
I mean,
system
what I'm talking about is like a
10
Getting
main
times.
road.
Uber.
Continues an empire patronage home to nearly 5 billion people.
It's actually
Allied
less
to
than
a
5 minutes away
Reserve
from my
Unit, the
house.
chapter house of Inquisition is the local faction. There are two
Yeah, but
orbital
like
stations
none of the area
in this
between
system.
there and there is safe. I knew a girl that actually used to walk in like the dangerous parts of Vancouver, and she just carried like a pool cue around.
Pool cue.
Yeah, just
Oh my
like,
God.
you know, the kind that screws together, but she just had like half of it. It was basically just a club. And I was like, yeah, I guess no one messes with you with this, and because I would always walk
We're
with
not
her.
allowed to carry mace here, but we can have fly spray, which actually has a longer range and does more damage to the eyes.
I guess that's good, but I'd rather just have like some sort of beating implement, you know, something to augment my already massive strength. Honestly, if I could carry a sword around, that would be my ideal thing, and I used to. I just had to wear a big trench coat so no one could see it. It's funny too. It was really rainy one day, and I was totally carrying a sword, and then like a big long sword too, you know, like the big kind, under my coat. And then I walked past a police car, and I was like, yeah, I need to carry something smaller. This is like, if they saw that, I'd be so arrested. Maybe not. I'm not sure, because it was sheathed and stuff, and you're technically allowed to carry sheathed weapons in the open, but they have to be in the open. And I was wearing like a big coat, so yeah. Like if I was openly wearing a sword in Canada, I think that's technically allowed. I know that Sikhs can openly wear a kirpan.
Yeah.
You probably have that in England too, right?
Yeah, I think yeah. I know they don't have to wear motorcycle helmets.
No,
They have to
or
wear
police in our thing, they don't have to wear the police hats or military helmets. It's pretty cool.
Somebody from Sarah.
Return to normal space. Close
Although,
session.
you know,
Mark.
if you were smart, you'd design like a helmet specifically for your Sikh soldiers that like augments the turban. Like turban trauma plates.
Okay.
That might actually work.
Yeah. Why do these guys never give me freaking donation mentions? I can
And
just whack
32
them.
is at 2 o'clock near. As you enter with the green lights on your
You hear
right.
about what's going on in the States, how Trump is trying to ban transgenders from the military, and the military general is overriding him?
Oh really?
Yeah, it's pretty nuts. He's probably going to fire that guy soon if he keeps not getting his way, but yeah, it's crazy. Because that's the thing, like, you know, they made all these concessions for the Sikhs because the Sikhs really, like, they get more kill numbers than the average troop for some reason. they're really good fighters. But I
For
guess
us as girls.
I guess the
Okay.
same isn't necessarily true for the transsexual component of the military. And Trump's whole thing is that they cost more because of medical and shit. And the general said that's basically not true, and we're gonna do a study, and all like transgender bans are on hold until we actually study it. So now we'll see, but I don't think so. It's like people aren't joining the military for sex changes. I mean, some people were joining for boob jobs a while ago, but that was okay. So, like, I don't even see what the problem is. Yeah, it's pretty weird. Like, the Canadian military doesn't give these kind of incentives, and it's never been an issue. And then America's like, okay, now we have to look at things again. I think the UK does that too. I seem to recall the UK, someone like said on Daily Mail that they joined the military just for a boob job.
If that's true, then I'm just gonna get my new job down here.
No, the UK guns suck. It's a death trap.
Okay, guns.
Like the service rifle for the British is basically laughing stock of the world. Actually, it's not. The French one is even worse. Personally, I like the look of it, but yeah, I've heard horror stories about how that basically will get you killed in any sandy country.
Why?
They basically only operate in Britain. Any other country, and they develop specific country-based problems. It's like what happened with the United States in Vietnam. They came out with the M16 rifle, which worked great in the United States. As soon as they took it into the jungle, it like started jamming and malfunctioning and shit.
Well, I mean, I've always been led to believe that the British SAS are the best in the world.
Oh, the SAS, yeah, they don't use the British service rifle though. That's the thing. Same with the Navy SEALs for the U.S. They don't use standard weapons. They're allowed to pick whatever they want, so they pick the best weapons available in the world. But the average grunt in the UK is using like what is arguably one of the worst rifles on earth. Like you'd almost be better off with an AK-47, which is not saying much.
Oh my god, how am I supposed to wrap up with these fuckers and get a decent board?
I'm just saying, don't join the army, like infantry. Join like the Navy or the Air Force or something.
Yeah, I did my work experience when I was 16 in the army.
Oh yeah, I did my stuff in the Air Cadets.
Oh, I did a week, or was it 2 weeks? With the Princess of Wales Royal Regiment. They were pretty fucking hardcore, but this was 2001, 2002. So they were all sort of prepping for war, so we never got to do a lot of the stuff that we were supposed to.
That's what I'm saying too. Like they were hardcore then because they weren't fighting in Iraq yet. As soon as they got to Iraq, it was like our guns don't shoot, and our boots don't work, and like our camouflage is the wrong color. Canada was like that too, though. We got to Afghanistan and it was like we're wearing green vests and like green camouflage in a brown country and getting like picked off so easily. It's just stupid.
Interdiction attempt by bounty hunter detected.
I'd like to believe that our soldiers are so badass it wouldn't matter.
Well, that's the cool thing. I mean, the special forces for most of our countries are awesome. And the Canadian military forces by themselves, like, they're actually really good. I was surprised. They're decent.
I told something like the last time, was it? I don't know if it might have been Afghanistan or something, where our soldiers were training the US soldiers.
Yeah, ours do that too. But then the US soldiers train the Afghanistans. It's funny.
I'm just getting the same board over and over. Got a couple of the 3 millions, but it's all like 700, 500, 700,000.
Sometimes I just take those to clear the board and then just go run them down as fast as I can, right? I won't even scan like more than one to save time.
There's only 5 more missions, which is like another 2 million, 3 million. On top of about 6 million, so it's not actually a whole lot of money.
Left Super Cruise close to Ogie Dock.
It's like I know the U.S. military would beat my country's military in a fair fight, but I can also say that my prime minister would easily kick Donald Trump's ass in a boxing match.
Well, the kind of contest between the two.
It's funny though, because Trudeau he challenged another senator when he was a senator to a boxing match because they had a difference of opinion, and he like beat him up. It's pretty funny. It was some stupid thing too. They kept having like arguments in the House of Commons, and then he's like, I respectfully challenge the minister to a boxing match, and he's like, I respectfully accept, and then they fought. Yeah, it like actually happened. I couldn't believe it. Like that's the best thing ever.
Good old fisticuffs.
Well, that's the thing. He used to get bullied as a kid, right? So he took boxing as like his high school thing, and so he's actually a pretty good boxer. I just wish Americans would almost settle their political differences that way. You'd get a lot more wrestlers and boxers in politics that way. You imagine Mike Tyson running for office?
Well, if I did it. Who else was it who was going to run for president? Was it The Rock?
I like The Rock. That'd be cool.
I think there was something about him running for president in 2020.
No. That's just that the United States is going to be in Iraq in 2020 again.
No, I saw some article somewhere. I saw it a couple of times. It was like Dwayne Johnson is going to run for president in 2020. Good luck.
It's funny how idiocracy is becoming a reality so quickly.
Total cost is $5,460,728.
President Camacho.
Docking clamps free.
He was like the WWE all-time like champion wrestling, and then he became president. And that's like what The Rock basically is too. Funny thing is, The Rock is definitely smarter than Donald Trump, and I actually would trust The Rock with the nuclear weapons more than I probably would trust Trump, so I'm actually all for that.
So do you find yourself in a bit of disagreement with Zeno?
Oh yeah, he definitely likes Trump, and I don't, but whatever, that's fine. Lots of people are that way.
Yeah, I know this guy.
Thing is, Zeno's pretty intelligent, like, and he still supports Trump, so that's an unusual thing you don't get too often.
Yeah, I mean, no, I was going to say, like, I know this guy. I used to play Star Trek Online with him. He's a really smart guy. He's an IT professional. And he sits there, supporting Trump. And I said, well, how come you do that? And he said, well, because I didn't like Hillary Clinton. I'm like, that's not an answer.
No, that's pretty much the default answer. I didn't like Hillary either, but I still would have begrudgingly voted for her over Trump. That's the thing. But, it would have been a begrudging, and I bet you a lot of people just didn't go out and vote, and that's what happened.
I didn't like Hillary, and I probably like Trump better than Hillary. But
Yeah.
I like the Republican Party as a whole a lot less than Trump, a lot less than Hillary.
Yeah, but then this whole election was like support the candidate, not the party kind of thing, right? And look what the Democratic Party just did to like Bernie. Like they threw him under the bus like no other.
Why? What did they?
Well, that's what was in the emails, It's funny, like, there was this giant scandal over Hillary's emails, but nobody actually read them except for me, apparently.
What was the emails? What's that got to do with Biden?
Well, there was an email from Hillary to the DNC, which basically said, like, the DNC chooses you as the candidate, doesn't matter what the people vote for, and we're basically going to destroy Bernie's campaign and help you. And I don't think a lot of people like that. That basically means the Democrats were choosing the candidate and voting doesn't matter. So no wonder so many people voted for the other guy just out of spite, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't do that. Like, if you want to be the good guys, you can't play evil too. Otherwise, you're going to drive everyone to the other side.
Seriously, I mean, can you imagine, like, with all the good stuff that Obama did, and then add on top of that Bernie Sanders and what he would have done,
Oh yeah, I know.
it would have been such a massive progress over the last 20 years or so, you know?
It'd be funny because we'd probably already be building a Mars base and stuff right now instead of like worrying about North Korea. North Korea would have already been solved in like the first week. It's like, yeah, we've made peace with North Korea. A formal peace has been declared. They've surrendered all nuclear weapons and are joining us in colonizing Mars. But no. That's the thing. We could have just sent North Koreans to Mars, man. It's like a better conditions than what they're currently experiencing. It's like free food and stuff, free food and oxygen, and like better working conditions. Hell, you should probably sign up for Mars, Pinky.
Yeah.
Kind of sounds better than your
I'd run a
country.
bar over there and call it the Mars Bar. Right.
Yeah, as long as it has three-tittied strippers there, you're
Oh,
in
yeah.
business.
Oh, hell yeah.
Gives these people the alcohol again.
Building. Oh, I wasn't looking for building.
The only problem with Mars is that it's only 40% Earth's gravity, so your bone density will deteriorate to the point where you won't be able to come back to Earth. So it's kind of permanent if you go there for more than a year or two. You're basically stuck there forever. You could come back to the moon, though.
I'm sure you could readjust over a long period of time.
You could, but like if you came back to Earth, you'd basically be wheelchair bound probably for a while and have to go through therapy and shit and take all these drugs.
There's a data clock farm as you enter with the green lights on your right.
I don't know if you've seen The Expanse, but they basically take a guy who was born like in the asteroid belt where there's almost no gravity, and taking him to Earth is basically torture. They just hang him on a wall to torture him, and he's like, the gravity just hurts him so bad. He has to be like in a water tank immersed for normal like comfort to sleep and shit. And he's like, 7 feet tall and all spindly limbed because, no gravity in space, right?
Well,
Low G birth environment. Things we're gonna have to worry about in the near future. Unless we figure out artificial gravity.
Instead now, the people who send to space are probably going to be thugs. They'll be OG low Gs.
Low G OG.
Docking complete.
I'm already pretty lazy in like normal Earth gravity. I'd imagine like I'd atrophy in a couple of weeks out in space. Same with you, Pinky. You're like, I don't want to get out. It's like, yeah.
40's prize refuel.
But then, like, if I could float around in free 0G, I'd probably be moving around a whole lot more. Because, like, it takes less energy to move, so it's like you're more incentive to.
Yeah.
Plus, you can fly, which I've always wanted to do.
Oh, so you saw the movie with what's her face from